Today we're talking what's in my travel makeup bag. And yes, this is all makeup that is traveling with me. And I know for some of you, this is going to seem excessive, and for others of you, it's going to seem like not that much. But I thought today I would show you what I will be taking with me on my vacation. And part of the vacation is being in the lake, outdoors, hot weather, so it won't require a lot of makeup. And we're probably just going to be hanging out with family. We're hanging out with extended family, and I might not wear that much makeup, but we also are getting professional family photos done. So I wanted to bring everything that I would use if I was getting professional photos done. So I've got both of those things here in my makeup bag. So first I'll show you what the inside looks like, and then I'm going to break it down and tell you what I would bring if I was just going on vacation without worrying about the professional photography, and then I'll show you the products I would add to make it a complete kit for the professional photography. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first of all, here is my makeup bag. This is an old Flower Beauty bag that was a free gift with purchase at Ulta some time ago. So it is just got these little Velcro closures and it opens up. So what I really like about this is how compartmentalized it is. It's got this perfect section in the middle for brushes, and it's clear so you can see everything. And then the bottom part is this PVC plastic, so anything that might spill can go in here. And then the top is like this mesh netting, and you can put anything that won't spill and more products obviously right up here. So it's decently heavy with everything that I have in here, but let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so first of all, I just took out everything that I would take with me if it wasn't for the photography shoot. So what is left in the bag here will be the additional products that I'm adding to have the makeup I want for professional photography. So that's everything that's left in here. I'll pull them out individually next, but we can go ahead and cover what I would take with me if I was going on a summer vacation and I was wearing some makeup but minimal makeup. Because obviously you can take no makeup at all if you don't want to wear makeup on vacation. The choice is up to you. I like to have options, so even if I might not wear it, I'll still bring stuff. Before we hop into all the products, I just wanted to remind you that this is Unfiltered Makeup, and I am Anne-Marie. Don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. I appreciate that. But I feature cruelty-free and vegan products here on my channel, so that is what I will be showing you today. If I happen to have something that is not cruelty-free and vegan, I will of course mention that, but I don't think anything here is. Every once in a while something sneaks in, but I'm pretty sure everything I have here is cruelty-free and vegan. So let's start with the products that I'll be taking with me on vacation that is to a place with warm weather. We've got sun, we've got lots of water, we've got lots of family. So it won't involve a ton of makeup probably, but again, I might want to have some choices. Plus I'll want to have some sun protection. So let's take a look. This is only my makeup products. I don't have all of my skincare and hair care and all those things. Those are in a separate bag. So this is just my makeup products, but I'm including my SPF in that because I always wear my SPF on a daily basis, but I like to make sure that my SPF layers with whatever foundations or makeup products I'm using so that they kind of overlap. So I will have full body sunscreen that I don't have included in this, but I'm just talking about the face for now. So the first thing I want to show you is the Undefined Beauty R&R Sun Serum, and this is an SPF 50. Again, it's cruelty-free and vegan, and this is a tinted sun serum, and I absolutely love this because it has a nice tint. It has a beautiful look that's not too shiny on its own, so it looks beautiful on its own, but it does pair well under foundation. So it makes this a great contender for everyday use, and it does double duty on vacation. And like I said, it is a fairly tinted kind of a dark tint. Not too dark, I guess, but it's fairly dark, but it will sheer out. So this is the shade of the tint, and it just comes in one color. It's beautiful, and it does sheer out nicely, but it can be, when I'm a little bit lighter in the winter months, it can sometimes look a little bit dark on me before it gets all nice and blended in. So it works really wonderful in the summer when I have a little bit of a tan, but at the lightest it doesn't always work. So it makes it a great contender for me for the summer, and it's the SPF 50, and I love how it dries down. Look, it's almost looks like it's gone. It's just blended in very well. So I absolutely love this. It's water resistant for up to 40 minutes. I wouldn't be using this as a water sunscreen, but again, for like a daily tinted moisturizer / foundation all in one, it is a great option. So because I have that, I didn't bring any other tinted moisturizer or anything for everyday use. So that will be my base makeup for every day. Another sunscreen product that I have here is the Super Spritz SPF 50 Face Mist from the brand Vacation, cruelty-free and vegan. And I have been trying this out this summer, and I absolutely love this. So this is a mist that you spray on. I would say you would spray this on as a touch-up. You want to make sure you have plenty of sun protection on, but then to go throughout the day, you can just spray this on to keep the protection level up. So on the bottle here, it even says it's formulated for daily use and leisure, home, office, or pool. So again, I would use another sunscreen underneath, but this is great for touching up as you go, especially if you do have a full face of makeup on. You can just apply it. Make sure you're applying enough, of course. Get it all over on the neck, on the ears. Don't forget, you could even spray it in your part. You want to make sure you are protected from the sun. It is a great way to add that extra level of protection. It does have a significant fragrance that has been called Vacation, the scent. It's, you know, I believe it's like an 80s inspired packaging. All of their products are. They're really fun, but it also has coconut, cucumber, caffeine, and an invisible finish. So I do really like how this keeps me extra protected. I don't mind the smell. I enjoy the smell. I think it does smell like summer and vacation, but it definitely has that scent to it. So if you're sensitive to that, keep that in mind. And like I said, just make sure you apply it all over. Give yourself a good touch up. If you see any spots that are left over, you can always go back in and touch up with a brush or a sponge. And also make sure when you are spraying it, I highly recommend you hold your breath. The very first time I applied it, I accidentally inhaled some, and it was not pleasant, I have to tell you. So of course you're always supposed to hold your breath when you're using setting sprays and things like that, but this is one you do not want to accidentally inhale. So I highly recommend this as a topper for that warm weather, but also you can use this for everyday use. So really that's that simple for my everyday base, those two products. I didn't bring any concealer. So next I would have bronzer and blush, and you don't even have to have that. If I chose just one, I could skip the bronzer and just add some blush. But because I have this palette that I love so much, this is the Hourglass Elephant palette. It's the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked Elephant palette. And unfortunately, this I don't believe is still available because it was a holiday palette. However, they do have other similar palettes. And again, it's cruelty-free and vegan. I absolutely love this. And it has your bronzer, 2 blush shades, a highlight, and then 2 different shades of finishing powder. So these are all nice size pans. I get lots of options. I have lots of products. These look so beautiful on the skin. So just bringing this one palette also will give me tons of options. I can also use, especially the bronzer, in the crease, just if I want a little definition in the eye, just use an eyeshadow brush to put some bronzer in there and give that definition. And that is all I need for vacation. So I will be bringing this for sure. Like I said, I could use the bronzer from this Hourglass palette to do some definition on the eye and leave the rest of the eye bare. But I also am going to bring this Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize cream eyeshadow. And this is the shade Amber Gold. And I absolutely love how easy this cream eyeshadow is to apply. You can apply this with your finger or a brush, either one, and it applies beautifully both ways. You can do a very thin coating, you can build it up a little bit. So it absolutely looks beautiful, and you can add some to the some powder to the crease, or you can just leave it as is, and that's all it needs, and you get a really elevated look with just this one simple product. So I absolutely love bringing something like this. Another option for something like this, if you're looking to bring a one and done look, would be something like an eyeshadow crayon. I just don't happen to have any in my collection right now that I love, but again, cruelty-free and vegan option for the eyeshadow. I did throw in one more little eyeshadow quad, which I don't really think I need. I don't think I will even use it. And I just, because it's so small and compact, I did go ahead and throw it in because I had the room. If I was removing anything, this would go. But I do love these. These are the e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadow palettes. This is in the Berry Bad, cruelty-free and vegan. I haven't opened this one yet, but I have others that I have opened and I love. The only reason I hesitate to bring this as well, besides the fact that I probably won't use it, is these break very easily, unfortunately. That's the one thing, is I don't really like to travel with these because the eyeshadows break in the quads really easily. But this one has a wonderful transition shade, a dark kind of brownish burgundy color, and then two shimmers. So we've got mattes and shimmers. So really you can also do so much with this. So I decided to throw it in case one day I decide I want to wear a little more eyeshadow. Also for the eyes, I have a really small Urban Decay. This is the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. This is cruelty-free and vegan. This is like one of the sample trial sizes that just keeps getting smaller and smaller because I keep sharpening it and using it. This is the black, the shade 0. So I will be bringing this. I use this kind of all the time. It's a great pencil. It works well in the waterline. If you're someone like me whose eyes are sensitive and water a lot, you still might get a little bit of transfer or a little bit of transfer running, but it's a great one to have, and it looks really nice in photos, which is part of the reason that's why I picked this one too, is because getting to the professional photography, I want to make sure to enhance my eyebrows and my eyelashes and my eyes, because those are the things, especially in a large group photo, those are the things that can tend to wash out. So it's less for me about, you know, the skin and the base color, but really I want to make sure I get my eyebrows and lash line emphasized. So this one will pull in for the photography makeup very well, and it's great for everyday too. So that's why this was the one I chose. Plus it's a travel size and tiny, so how great is that? Like I said, I like to travel light, but sometimes things just keep creeping in. As far as the lips, I am bringing a cruelty-free and vegan Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit. This is in the shade Chic Got Real, and this one's kind of old, but I did make sure that they still sell it. I just want to I think this will be a good opportunity to use this up. This is not the matte one. This is the high shine one. They have two formulations. The black lids are the matte version and the white are the shine. And I love both of these versions. I actually have a ton of these in my collection in different shades, different colors. I absolutely love these, and they do last very well. They don't last as long as the matte ones, but they last a very long time. So this is a great lipstick option, and the color is kind of a barely there, but a little bit there. So I like that one. And then this is the Pacifica Vegan Collagen lip plumping gloss, which I did a video on that, so I will link that of the Pacifica try on. And I tried this and was kind of on the fence, and I definitely decided this is not one that I will be adding to my professional makeup kit. However, I have been using it and applying it to my lips, like as kind of at the same time I'm applying my foundation. You know when you sometimes apply your foundation and you get like foundation on your lips and they start to dry. So I'll put this on my lips around that time, and then by the time it comes time for me to apply my lip product, my lips are nice and hydrated and they are ready to accept product very well. So I have found that to be a nice step in my routine. So this is something that I am continuing to reach for, and I haven't quite decided if I'm at the point that I would repurchase it, but I have a lot left, so I will continue to try it. But I just wanted to keep you up to date and let you know that it's still, though I said it was good, not great, I have actually been using it quite a bit, so I like it more. It's just not a great option for my professional kit. All right, and the eyebrows, I am going to bring this e.l.f. brow pencil, which has the spoolie on one side, and then it has just the regular tip on the other. Now this is a thicker tipped pencil, and so you can see you don't get a lot of precision with this one. So it's kind of a waxy, soft formula, and it doesn't have much precision in this brush. So I do like this for just going really fast. This is like a great, for me, like kind of like an everyday kind of hurry up and get my makeup done. I do use this, and this is the shade, does it say neutral or natural? Neutral brown. So this is the shade Neutral Brown. And I do think this is a good shade for me as well. I like this product, but like I said, I don't love it because I can't get precise to fill in my brows, and I have sparse brows, so it's harder to get them precise, and it is a waxier formula, so it does sometimes tend to move a little bit, especially in the heat. So right before this, I went out and purchased a couple of other brow products to try, so I'm going to go ahead and put those in my makeup bag. I've already given them a try. I will link that video here. So I think maybe not an everyday, but going forward, I will be reaching for the Florence by Mills Tint and Tame eyebrow pencil. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my bag, and this has the triangle tip that's more like the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think that's the Brow Wiz, and it's a little bit of a firmer formulation, and that is nice that it doesn't kind of spread everywhere. And this is in the shade Medium Brown, and so this is the e.l.f. right here in the Neutral Brown, and this is the Florence by Mills in the Medium Brown. That's what I do have on my eyebrows today, but I do actually really like this one, this pencil as well, because I can not be super precise because it's not one of those ultra fine tiny tips, but I can shape it a little better. And then I'll also be bringing the NYX Zero to Brow gel, which is a waterproof gel, and I will be bringing that more for kind of days where we're doing water stuff or, you know, like outside stuff, because with my very sparse brows, it doesn't quite give me the fill in that I want. But I think it is a decent product. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it. Plus I want to keep playing with both of those products because they are, of course, new to me. So I will have 3 brow products, which is a lot. I really probably could take off the e.l.f. one, but this is more of a tried and true. And since these other 2 are still new to me, I'm going to go ahead and, just to be on the safe side, throw in the e.l.f. one as well. I forgot to mention the mascara that I'm bringing. I have 2 travel size. When I'm traveling, I love to bring travel size products, but I don't like to purchase travel size products. I like to use something if I have like a free gift with purchase, or, you know, something came in a set. So I love to pack the travel size products for vacation, but I don't go out and buy travel size products specifically for vacation. I just use what I have on hand. Now, sometimes the trouble with that is if it's a travel size product of something you're not familiar with, you bring it to try it and you don't like it. So it may or may not work out in your favor. And this is kind of an example of that. But what I have, not this one, this is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, which I absolutely love this cruelty-free and vegan mascara from Tarte, and I do use this all the time, and it's already been opened. I've been using it because I had put it in another travel bag, so I have this out and I want to bring it. But like I said, I already started using it and I'm a little worried of how much I have left, so I'm going to be bringing a second travel mini mascara. This is the highly rated anti-gravity mascara from Milani, and this is also cruelty-free and vegan. This I have never actually tried though. So I'm going to bring this, use it, try it, and I'm going to make sure that I save some of the Lights Camera Lashes for the photo shoot, because I don't want to be doing a photo shoot with mascara like running all over my face or something. You know, trying a new mascara is risky. So I'll make sure that I have some left for that. If I knew I had enough, I would bring only one. And if I knew I liked this, I would bring just this. But in this scenario, I'm going to bring both of them just to be on the safe side. They're small, they fit, it'll be okay. All right, let's talk brushes now. So these are all of the brushes that I would take. And the first one I have is the It Cosmetics blush brush. It's an angled blush brush, and any angled blush brush would do, but I absolutely just love this one. It was clean, it was ready to go. So I do have this one that I will be packing with me. It's part of a set, obviously. I did a video about my favorite cruelty-free and vegan brushes, so I'll link that if you want to see. But to get a real feel of the ones I would absolutely love and take with me, here is a quick rundown. So we've got the angled blush brush, I've got the buffing brush from Real Techniques, and this one doesn't have a number, but this is one I mentioned is like the most versatile brush. So I mainly have brought this for the bronzer, and this will I'll use for the blush, but I can wash this and use this for like for foundation. I can use it for blush, I can use it for bronzer, I can use it for highlight, I can use it for kind of basically anything. You can use it for liquid or cream products. It's such a versatile brush that's why I make sure I have something like this, because worst case scenario, I can use this one brush for like all the products. And then I also have this Real Techniques 402 setting brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. This one you can use for the highlighter, you can use it for the setting powder, which will be in the next set of products. This is one of my absolute favorite brushes that I also have to have, so I do carry it with me. It's a good blending brush for your eyes if you need something. It gets in all those like small areas, so it's just kind of a nice one to have. This Wet n Wild brush is just like a basic eyeshadow brush, but this one I will be using in the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Shadow. That's the only thing I'll probably use this one for if I don't use my finger. If I needed to start getting rid of brushes, I would I would just not use this one because I don't have to have it. So if I just was like down to one, it would be this one. Two, I would have these two. Plus, I do have two more eyeshadow brushes that I will be bringing here. These are the BK Beauty 202 and 203 brushes. So this 203 is like a flat kind of packer shader brush. Sorry, this one's dirty. I need to wash it, obviously. And then this is the 202 blending crease brush. So this is a great, again, a blending crease brush is like an absolute staple. So that's a great one to have. Those will get me through all of the makeup except for, I did throw in a Alexis Vogel, which is a makeup line that's been discontinued. This brush is super old. A pencil brush, so any pencil brush would do. I brought this only for photo shoot purposes if I need to add some more color on my lash line. This is the one thing that I'm not sure if it's a cruelty-free, and I know it's cruelty-free because all of her stuff is, but I'm not sure if it was a vegan brush, so I'm sorry I can't say, but I don't think it's available anymore. So any cruelty-free and vegan pencil brush would do. And then I also did throw in my e.l.f. stipple brush as well because it's another versatile brush that you could use on all the products, and I brought that mainly for the photo shoot in case I want to do a little bit up level fancier makeup. And then a powder puff, which is, again, this is definitely for the photo shoot to make sure I can get in and powder up because we'll be outside doing the photo and I just want to make sure that I don't have any shine and hot spots in the camera. So I will have this little powder puff too. All right, so those were all of the brushes, and like I said, you could pick and choose and not have to bring all of them, but they all fit in the makeup kit, so I think it's not too bad. And like if that was like your entire brush collection right here, this could like totally serve as your entire makeup brush collection and you'd be good. And then throw in a little puff. All right, now we're going to talk about the products that I'm going to add because I needed makeup for a professional photography shoot for myself. So this is just for me and products that I will use and love. And if I use them on the trip, so be it. I am bringing them specifically for the photo shoot. I probably wouldn't use them otherwise, but since I am packing them, who knows if I'll use them or not. But here is what I would add. So I would add a primer, and this is again a trial sample size of the Hourglass Veil Primer, but I do know that I like this. This is cruelty free and vegan. It does have an SPF 15, but we won't be doing flash photography as far as I know. It's minimal, so that shouldn't matter anyway, but I will go ahead and use this for the primer that day, and I'll be using that underneath the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I'm using the shade 175 Light Neutral right now. That is my current shade, which is a little bit darker tanner shade for me. In the winter, this one is a little bit, the 175 is a little bit dark for me. I think I would need to go a step down or just use a white pigment or foundation to add to lighten that up. But anyway, I will be using the Hourglass primer and the Haus Labs foundation for the base, and then I did bring a concealer, which I brought the Tarte this is the Shape Tape Creamy Concealer in the shade 22N Light Neutral. So I did bring this one, and I will be using that as the concealer for the photo shoot, but not for every day. I won't use it for every day. It's too much. I also have a setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and this actually you can use it to prime your skin as well, so you can put it on before you put like the primer on, or you can use this as a primer before you put the foundation on, especially if you're not doing photography and you're just in hot weather and trying to get your makeup to stay longer. That is a good trick, is to use it before and after. But of course I'm using it for sure after for the photography, because I will have a loose powder, and once I put that on, I want to make sure it all kind of blends into the skin and melds together. So I will be using that as a setting spray. For the bronzer, the blush, I'm just going to be using the Hourglass palette that I already am bringing. The loose powder that I have chosen is the Beauty Bakery Cake Your Face Flour translucent powder. I think it's oat. And one of the main reasons I chose this is just because it's a trial sample size, and I have used it. I know I like it. It's cruelty free and vegan, and I just love that it was so little and the little sample size, so I didn't have to pack a big clunky loose powder. This is all I'm gonna need because I'm only gonna use it for photography day. I have a eyelash primer. This again was from that Pacifica video, the Pacifica Vegan Lash Serum and Primer. And I have been using this, and I do like this one. So I will use that underneath the Lights Camera Lashes mascara to kind of help me get those like fuller lashes for the photography, but I won't be using it on an average day because it won't be necessary for that. I also did throw in a beauty blender. This is a new one here. I can use this with the foundation, the concealer, all of those things. I can also use all of the brushes that I brought, and I probably don't also need this, but again, this is such a versatile tool that you can kind of use for everything, so it's definitely a great way to travel. For the lips for the photo shoot day, I have chosen the BK Beauty Everlast lip liner. Again, these are cruelty free and vegan, and this is in the shade Warm Spice. So I will be using this lip liner and pairing that with the BK Beauty lipstick in Acceptance. And this is just a really pretty kind of neutral pink shade that I really love, and it pairs really well with that Warm Spice. The Warm Spice warms the color up and darkens it a little bit, so it's not too light of a nude for me. So I will be using those for the photo shoot. And the last product I have is an eyeshadow palette that I've put together myself. So this is just a Sydney Grace magnetic palette. Inside it has the singles that I have chosen and put together. I do have a mix of mattes and shimmers, and these show up really beautifully on camera, and I love the formulations of these. So that is why I chose this palette specifically, is because I really can get a lot of different looks with these few shades that are in here, and I know that they photograph really well, and I love them. This is one of the products that I do know is cruelty free, but not all of the Sydney Grace eyeshadows are vegan, and I think these are all vegan shades, but I can't say for certain. And I know I talked before about how some of the companies, when they label their products very clearly on the website, it's very helpful. Sydney Grace in the FAQs mentions some of the colors that aren't vegan, and sometimes you can go and look at like the palettes and they'll say this is vegan, this isn't vegan. Some of their products contain carmine, and so which is not vegan, of course. So that's where they're saying like look for that in their shades, but they make it kind of difficult for you to know which ones are the vegan shades. So that's something I wanted to point out is they're a small company. I love the formulation. I love their eyeshadows. So I do want to continue to support them, but I do wish they would improve on their labeling. I wish you could look at the individual shades and see just, you know, if it was labeled, whether they are vegan or not. So I think they're working on it. I have seen some of their more recent palettes that are vegan that are labeled and that weren't were also seemed to be labeled, or it was clear that it wasn't. So that's something to just keep in mind, is when you're shopping things like that, to make sure you check the individual products. I also Charlotte Tilbury has a ton of vegan options. Of course, it's cruelty free, but they also have a ton of non-vegan options. And when you go to shop the website, you go to the vegan friendly products page or the section, and it kind of just loads pages and pages and pages. And I have the hardest time when I look at the individual product. It doesn't seem to be like labeled clearly vegan, not vegan. I know part of it is some of these shades in certain items will be some shades will be vegan and some shades will not. And so that's sometimes part of the reason. But I do have a really hard time finding out if the Charlotte Tilbury products are vegan or not. But there are resources out there. It does take me a while to find it. And once I find it, then I know, and then I can use those. But man, it sometimes can be really hard to find out. So this one I did double check and make sure that this one is vegan friendly. So I did check that out, but just keep that in mind when you're shopping. And that was all of the products that I have. Now I have an empty bag, so I have to go ahead and refill this and get ready, because I have to get ready to go on vacation. So I hope you enjoyed a look through my makeup bag, and I hope you find that helpful when you are packing for your next travel. Now that we are at the end, my question for you is, do you think this was a lot of products, a moderate amount of products, or not very many at all? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.